here's a review I thought I would never actually end up doing on this channel. It's the Battle Ops Bumblebee Hunt for the Decepticons, and I never thought I would actually get around to doing this. I didn't want the figure. I thought it was overpriced. And I said you'd never see it on my channel unless I got it really cheap. Well, guess what? I actually went into Target the other day, and none of the other I've been to 2 Targets already that day in the afternoon, and none of them had them on sale. And then one of the Targets on the way into work that night had him on clearance for $29. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, maybe that's cheap enough. I'll go ahead and pick him up. And then got up to the front, and it turns out he was even further clearance, so I got him for $19. So that was totally worth it, just to let you know. So I'm finally getting around to reviewing the Battle Ops Bumblebee, which, as you can see, is just a nice, big, chunky, large version of Bumblebee. You saw him in the opening credits there, pictured with the Deluxe and the Battle Blades Bumblebee and Human Alliance Bumblebee in vehicle mode, and we'll show him off in robot mode here in the review. But yeah, he's got lights and sounds. You push this little button here on the front, and it says you want to race. Little car locking noise, honks, and then nobody can catch Bumblebee. And then a little secret here is if you push on this wheel up, you'll hear a little car startup noise and engine running. Yeah, push it again and you hear the Transformers theme song, and then push it 3 times really fast. And you hear a little bit more of the theme song. Just a nice little Easter of the original theme song. So I think that's a nice little Easter egg there for vehicle mode. You can also, come back here, you can pull this up and you can flip these guns out. This gun, flipping this gun out makes a transformation noise, as you can hear. Then you can close this back up. And once you have that gun up, that's just the startup noise. And then you push this and you hear it lights them up and makes some gunfire noises when the guns are out. So there's that. And then to transform them, you're going to have to lift this up first anyway. We'll go ahead and flip these back just to show you the whole transformation with everything tucked away. But you lift up the hood, and you want to, or open the doors here too. Frees up a lot of space. You can pop these off to the side and just lift this whole, lift it up from the front here because it's kind of tabs under the rear bit. But yeah, you can just pull that up and forward and lift the whole hood of the car up here like that. Go ahead and flip that piece down and up. Go ahead and pull the wheels back. A lot of this is very similar to both the Human Alliance and the Battle Blades, and that the wheels and the doors, the way everything comes together. And pull this whole rear assembly down, and you want to pull this. There's a little tab right here that tabs in right there under the chest. Makes another transformation noise. The battery compartment's right under here. You can see the screw to change the batteries in. I'll lift these up, flip them forward, fold them up, fold them down in like that. Helps fill in the legs. Pull the legs apart. And then you want to come up here, or get the foot here, bring this whole piece down, which will let you, you need to unpeg this first. There we go. And bring that down. Then you can bring this whole piece up and back behind there. Bring the foot down, fold this panel in. I'll leave this kind of hanging out. The foot comes down. Flip out that little front toe piece. That's not really a toe piece, but the front foot part. Rotate this around, spread them. And there's one leg. And just do the same on the other side. Unpeg this. From that, grab the foot, bring this whole thing down, flip that panel up like that, fold that panel closed here on the leg, bring the foot around, and then open up the back heel spurs, flip them around. And there is his lower body done. Now the upper body, this is really kind of hard to do. He's so big. I'm going to come back here, split the arms. I pull these down. That's this gun here making its noise. It's not all the way out for some reason. I'll have to try and fix that. Well, we'll worry about that in robot mode. But bring these whole pieces down. Lift up these because the arms are going to tab on right here. And bring them around. And tab them on there. Let me raise this up a little bit. Again, bring the other arm around. Wow, geez, really not going to fit on there? Okay. And tab it into place just like that. That does help if you bring the well, whatever, we'll get into that in a minute. Move this down. Bring the guns up, forward over the shoulders. I'll flip his head up here. Oh, come on, head. Why are you being such a pain now? Okay, nothing here moves in the way, so why is... There we go. His head flap was just getting caught. So bring that up. Jeez, we're still being a pain. Okay. Bring the guns up. Fold this down on his back. Fold these side pieces back up and into place. I'll pull the wing and door wing out and angle it up. Slide him onto his butt because that helps. Plug him up. Again, flip the wing up. And just get him balanced here because he is, like I said, with all the electronics up here in his chest, he is a little top heavy. Here, he is in robot mode. I'm not showing you the feet, but the feet are just the feet. I'll try to get a full body shot of him here in a minute after I finish showing off his features. Now in robot mode, he's got, there's supposed to be a button on top of his head, but I think it only functions. If you lift this up, you can flip his mask down, all the way down, and then push this down. He says game face, and it says, the instructions say push a button. Oh, it's right here. There's a button. Oh, no. No, he says had enough when you lift it back up. I guess there's just it says push a button. I can't find it. So I guess it's just moving the mask makes the noise. He pushed his chest. He's so excited. I think that one sounds a lot like Jeff Peterson from the Craig Ferguson show. I will protect you. Does he have one more? Nope. Okay, that's it. And then the arm over here, you push that button and it makes a kind of a extending noise because when you rotate it forward up here at the shoulder, it transforms into a gun, makes some gun noises. It's supposed to come out further than that. It got off gear somewhere. But, there we go. Well, no. This should come all the way down. So it's just being a pain in my butt for the video review here. And it makes that noise, which is annoying. But you can make if you push the red button here on his shoulder, he makes other noises. And then if you push this button right here, he'll say, "Don't make me use this thing," and which I think should be followed by "There's a snake in my boot," but you know, whatever. And that's it. And then you just fold it right back up like that. So yeah, that's all the electronic noisy bits, which are a little distracting. Size-wise, I think he's pretty cool. I mean, he's very large. And the more I play with him, the more I like him. I wasn't sure how I felt about this arm, because I hate when they only give Bumblebee a cannon arm. This is not a great non-cannon arm, but it's better than just a cannon arm, which of course is why I modded my Human Alliance Bumblebee to have 2 hands. And you can pop that hand off and extend his cannon, just like you could before. But just a size comparison, here he is with the Human Alliance Bumblebee, and here he is with the Deluxe Battle Blades Bumblebee. So he's quite large. Now, very impressive looking on a shelf. I just wish, for a figure this big, when they've got that price point and that size, that they had given him a little bit more articulation in his arms, because you can see he's only got the his hand doesn't rotate at the wrist, and I don't know why they didn't do that, because they certainly have the room for it. There's no electronics in this arm, so that's just kind of a letdown. It looks good like this, but it had so many things. And when you can give us a transforming gun gimmick on the Deluxe, you should be able to do it on a figure this size. I don't care about the electronics, and I'm a little disappointed that they're finally doing a Leader Bumblebee in Dark of the Moon, where all the electronics are not in the figure, they're on the backpack, and they still gave him just a gun arm on his right arm. I realize he uses it in the movie. He doesn't use it all the time. I would like to see an actual hand, or at least a transform between a gun and a hand on a figure like that, if you're not going to have to be limited by electronics. I kind of understand it on this one because you want to have them all do all the electronic-y, noisy things, and it's a sacrifice. I get that. But again, there's no posability in this arm. You can't... You can manually bring it down, but you can't straighten it without it turning into the cannon. And by the same token, you can't lift it up without it turning into a cannon. So the only way to really pose it is either straightforward as a gun, or at a side like that, as an arm. There's no leeway in that. You can bend it a little bit there at the elbow after you've transformed him, but that I hate. I don't hate. I appreciate the work that went into it. I would have preferred, at the very least, I would have preferred it if I could just bend the arm at the elbow without having to extend that cannon. But no, that's not to be, unfortunately. You can actually, if you want, manually flip these guns back. You don't have to have them deployed in robot mode, so you can do that as well. Which again, I like that. I like that I can fold those guns away and not have to worry about them. So all in all, I like him. Like I said, I wasn't going to review him until I got him cheap. I got him cheap. And now that I've got him, I think he's a decent figure. I don't know if I'd pay full price for him, but on sale, he was definitely worth it for me. Some neat gimmicks, some obtrusive gimmicks. Overall, I think a very balanced package. I can see why they made some of the decisions they did. Like I said, I don't know if I'd pay retail price for him, but if you find him on clearance at Target or any place else cheap, pick him up. He's worth it. There it is, Battle Ops Bumblebee.